My name is Orestes Augustus Brownson, and today I'm going to draw my life. I was born September 16th, 1803, in Stockbridge, Vermont, to a very poor farmer family. At the age of 6, my father passed away, and I was put up for adoption. As you can see, here's a little photo of me as a baby. I didn't receive much education growing up. School wasn't for me, but I became very interested in books from an early age, philosophical books especially. I like to read Socrates, Plato, and John Locke, amongst other philosophers. As you can see, here's me reading a book. I became very interested in religion from a young age. In 1822, I became a part of the Presbyterian Church. After being a Presbyterian for only 4 years, I became a Unitarian Universalist. And as a Unitarian Universalist, I was actually a minister. It wasn't long, though. After 3 years in 1829, I decided to reject Unitarianism and I became a part of the Working Man's Party. The Working Man's Party was a labor-oriented political organization focused on social justice issues. In 1844, I converted to Catholicism. Although I am very well known as a historical figure in American Catholicism, I am also very well known as a famous editor, writer, and journalist. It is also to be noted that I was never really considered a drawer, so please excuse the drawings. But I was an editor for the Free Inquirer from 1829 to 1830, the Genesee Republican and Herald of Reform from 1829 to 1830 as well as an editor for the Boston Reformer from 1836 to 1838. As an editor, I was always very critical of how America conducted itself and the morals it followed. As you can see, here's a photo of me staying up late with my cup of water to finish some writing I had been working on. I also began the magazine The Philanthropist in 1831, and I founded the Boston Quarterly Review in 1838, which eventually merged with the United States and Democratic Review in 1842. One of the things that I'm most famous and remembered for was my Mission of America, the idea I first wrote about in 1856. I believe that Catholicism was the only way to save American society. I believe that America, in order to be successful, needed to become a Catholic nation. I am famously quoted for saying, "If Catholics do not surpass others in domestic and civil virtues, they will render the country no greater service than others. It is only through Catholicism that the country can fulfill its mission." As I entered my older years, I became sadder and sadder with life. It wasn't what it used to be. A lot of people questioned my devotion to Catholicism and whether or not I would be leaving the church because I was very critical of the church and the way it conducted itself. I also became saddened because I realized that my idea for perfect America and the mission of America was no longer going to be accomplished. My time had come to an end. Here, as I attempt to draw a terrible image of Michigan, I died in Detroit on April 17th in 1876. Some may view me as a questionable character in American Catholicism history because I was so critical of Catholicism. Regardless, I am still considered the foremost American Catholic lay theologian and philosopher of the 19th century. My works in devotion to the Catholic Church are still recognized to this day. Thank you for watching, and once again, I apologize for the drawings. Except for that drawing of America. That one was pretty good.